Are you getting in here?
He's going home.
Well, they don't even know where I'm at yet. Hi, everybody. It's Chris from Stage 4 Journey. If you can see around where I'm at, I'm here at York Hospital. Had a pretty eventful week. It's been pretty crazy. I will touch into it a little deeper. What? And Cheryl's.
Hey, it's your stuff.
Paid for.
They're gonna throw it out.
But yeah, Cheryl. It's been a crazy week. I'm tired.
One of these two?
I'm tired. I had a major blood clot, and I had been flown to up here last week, and they took almost a 12-inch blood clot out of my chest, heart and lung, and so it's been a pretty rough week for me, but I got through it. I don't know how. It's crazy, but we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get home. Just don't have the energy right now to say a lot about it, but we'll sit down with Cheryl when we get home later this week.
He's got some angels watching over him.
The one doctor said I had a 3% chance of survival. Did you hear that?
And you are still here, man, to drive me crazy.
And I'm gonna.
He has a lot of work to do on this earth.
Yeah, so that's where we are this week. That's why you haven't seen me, but we'll be back and we'll go over everything later on when I get home and get some rest. So we will talk to you all then. It's Chris and Cheryl here from Stage 4 Journey. At the beginning of this video, you seen me at the York Hospital, and I explained a little bit what was going on, but I think we're going to get into it a little more in depth right now.
He is lucky to be alive. Let's
Again,
just put it that way.
One more time.
He is working on his 16th cat life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I have a few more gray hairs.
A couple.
But
yeah, it was pretty crazy. Tuesday, January 10th. I just wasn't feeling good. I slept most of the day. I finally did get up around 4 o'clock and get in the shower. And while I was in the shower, of course, it was hot and steamy, and I ended up getting short of breath, and
pressure in your chest.
the pressure in my chest was unbearable.
Mind you, I was working all day.
Yeah.
And something just didn't feel right, my little intuition stuff, and I was gonna go run errands, and I would have been late coming home, but came home and I heard him in the shower, which is odd.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And then the water stopped, and next thing I heard was him trying to breathe, catch his breath.
Yeah, it was bad.
So I got home from work and found him naked and
in the bathroom,
trying to breathe.
and it was bad. So she called 911 again, and
I did get underwear on him at least.
yeah, she did get me somewhat dressed, but the EMS squad showed up again, and right away they knew something's going on. And
His heart rate went from 53, shot up to 150 something, and it was all over the place.
it was just all over.
His oxygen levels were down in the 80s.
Was it that low? I'm surprised it wasn't lower than that.
It might have by the time you got to the hospital.
Yeah. Well, they didn't waste any time getting me to the hospital. I can tell you that.
The paramedic came, and
It was, like I said, it was 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening. So traffic was heavy, and they weren't wasting time. They ran every red light they could, laying on the air horn, and they got me there. And I don't know how, but they got me there alive. And of course, I went straight into the ICU. And
well, they wanted to fly you out from the ER to York Hospital. York Hospital is
well, we didn't get that far yet, did we?
when you were in the ER.
Yeah, but did we get that far yet? I mean, did they know what was going on right away?
Yeah, they knew.
They knew what was going on?
As soon as they saw you, they knew what was happening.
They put that high flow on me in the ambulance.
And 4 baby aspirin
Yep.
saved his life
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
They gave him 4 baby aspirin here at the house. So
Unbelievable.
stock your medicine cabinets, because I didn't have any. That's
We didn't
what
have any.
911 told me to do. Give him baby aspirin, and I'm like, I don't have any. So
It's unbelievable.
stock your medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
But they got you to the ER.
They got me to the ER, had me in ICU.
Well, in the ER, you were on a high flow oxygen.
Yeah.
They had a mask over you, and you were basically hyperventilating
Yeah,
to breathe.
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't
Which
breathe in that
was
thing. It was
just
yeah, as much
heartbreaking.
as
to
much
watch.
air as they were pumping into me. I couldn't breathe, and it hurt. I mean, it actually hurt. And so we're at the emergency room, and of course we're at this point where nobody has any open beds. York didn't have any open beds.
Because they wanted to fly you out.
Chambersburg didn't have any
there
open
was
beds.
nowhere to send him to.
Hershey didn't have any beds, and so there I laid in Waynesboro ICU.
Which they were wonderful.
They're awesome in there. I just love them to
The
death.
ER staff did really well with you. The one nurse,
Nurse.
his anxiety was off the chart, and trying to breathe and with the mask on. And this nurse, I told her wings were tucked in because she breathed like the waves
Yeah.
in the ocean.
Yeah.
And really did a really nice job calming you down. Of course, Ativan helped too.
Ativan definitely helped.
And then in the ICU, the staff were amazing
Yeah.
to help you.
Yeah. And then
And the hospitalist.
the hospitalist, but I don't remember a lot in there other than trying to breathe, which was horrible.
They had you medicated.
Oh, I'm sure I was. And
There were some amazing staff. One key staff person was a nurse practitioner named Kayla, who was the hospitalist over the entire Waynesboro Hospital. She came into the ER and went above and beyond to
she knew I needed
take care of him.
She knew I needed to get somewhere and quick,
And she
or I wasn't going to make it.
And she also talked directly to you of what you wanted.
Right.
And she
I
asked
do remember
you,
that.
what do you want? And your words were, everything that I can do
Right.
to fight.
Right.
Because at one point they were going to put you on a ventilator. And
I wasn't quite ready for that because
you wouldn't have had a choice other than saying
I mean,
yes or no.
eventually, yeah, it would have been a yes or no.
But fortunately, you didn't need it.
I said I'm not ready for the ventilator, and Kayla listened to me, and she said, well, we need to get you somewhere quick. So she started making phone calls, and she called every life flight company that she knew of. And she finally found one. It was,
Well, a lot of them declined because there was an ice storm.
there was an
in
ice storm.
the atmosphere
Yep.
that they were not able to fly. But she found one. Who
Well,
was,
most of them turned it down because they just said it was too dangerous to fly. And I'm sorry, my eyes keep watering and my nose keeps running. But
she found one.
she found one. She found Penn State Lifeline, and I think they came out of Carlisle.
Yeah.
And they were there in 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops.
Well, they
And,
weren't sure what time you were going, and then they were back and forth, and then next thing we know, they're like,
They said, "Here they come."
they're coming in 15 minutes.
Yep.
So I headed out because I did not want to be there when they were loading you up, and went out and waited for the helicopter load. And that's, for me, that's when reality struck. That's when it sunk in.
I can imagine.
And watching him being loaded in a helicopter definitely was
That'd have been
when
scary.
it was when I just finally broke down and thought, wow, this is unbelievable.
And here I
And he took a selfie. Now this is the thing. I'm like bawling and crying. I get home and I'm finally falling apart. Next thing I know, 20 minutes later, he sends me a text. It was a rough ride. Made it.
ate it.
And I
It was
was
rough.
laughing because I'm here, I am bawling, and he's like, yeah, it was a rough ride.
They had me there in under a half hour.
It was 20 minutes exactly. You texted
And,
me.
I mean, they were getting it. And
Because I chose not to go to the hospital because I knew that he was in good hands. There was nothing that I could do.
No.
That I was a mess and I needed to take care of me as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And came home and knew he was tucked in. And when he was at York Hospital, not that Waynesboro isn't exceptional, but I knew York had
A lot better care.
more technology
Yeah.
and surgical options. And
That's where I needed to be.
where
York
you needed
Hospital
to
is
be. York, Pennsylvania.
York, Pennsylvania is a level 2.
No, I don't know.
I asked, what's more, level 1 or level 2? They're the highest level trauma center
Shock trauma kind
in
of thing.
the area, other than
Baltimore.
Johns Hopkins, and I don't even know if Hershey is rated that high anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
So we were lucky that you got a bed. We were lucky that you had a helicopter ride, because the other option was a hour and a half long ambulance ride.
I wouldn't have made
And
that ride.
There was concern about him being on the mask that long, and if he truly would survive the ride. So
There's no way I would have.
so we were blessed, and our angels were watching out for us. So we're waiting on Chris to be loaded up for the ambulance. I think via ambulance, and then they'll bring him over here to the helicopter to be airlifted to York. So I came out here and wanted to send some prayers along with the helicopter, and Chris, of course, said film it so he could share it as part of his story, and it is part of the story. So I will include a video. Hopefully I got it. And I thank all of you for continued prayers and support. Thanks. Yep, here he comes. They got him loaded in the ambulance. So they're gonna load him up in a helicopter. Penn State Lifeline. Sorry, I'm bumping. He's in good hands. So has to be on BiPAP if anybody is familiar with that. 10 liters, O2 high flow. They did give him some medication for the ride, help him with anxiety and nausea. I think I need some too. He's getting loaded up. He was supposed to go for originally it was a ambulance ride in the ER, and then they put him in ICU, and then they said, oh no, we're going to do an ambulance. And then we were worried about the hour-and-a-half ride by ambulance for him, and they were able to pull an air flight, so he is set to go and getting loaded. So yeah.
So that's where I ended up at. It was
York.
at York Hospital Trauma Center.
Next day you had a cat.
And
You had your procedure.
no, not actually. I laid in Waynesboro emergency room all day long the next day before they finally found me that ride.
No.
Yeah,
No.
overnight.
You were not
And
in
the
the
next
ER
day-
that long. You were in the ICU.
I thought it was the next day.
You went up to the ICU.
Okay, well she's got the stuff written down.
I wrote
so,
it down, so I remember.
Yeah.
His secretary.
But anyhow,
And you went to York at 9 p.m. on Wednesday.
Right, that's what I said. I
Okay.
laid in the hospital at Waynesboro
I
a
thought
whole
you
day.
said ER. You weren't in the ER the whole time.
No, I was in ICU.
Okay.
Anyhow, when I finally got up to York, they took me down to the cath lab. They call it cardiology. I don't know what it stands for, and you guys might have to look at it. Catheterization.
Heart catheterization.
And the one doctor said that I probably only had like 3.7% chance of survival rating after surgery was done, and
You also had risk for aneurysms in your brain, additional blood clots, seizures. They went through a whole list.
all kinds of stuff that could have went wrong, and by the grace of God, I don't know how.
Angels.
I don't know how I survived that. I didn't end up with any heart damage.
His cardiac enzymes and labs were rising when you were at Waynesboro Hospital, and they were concerned for a cardiac complications with if his lactic acid and all that stuff didn't come down, but because of the interventions that they did, the heparin that they gave you, his numbers came down by the time he was at York. And once you had your catheterization, then everything leveled out.
When they were getting ready to do the surgery, there was 2 cardiologists that did the surgery, and the one that said I had about 3.7% chance of survival rating said that I was going to have to probably start doing kidney dialysis because they were going to have to use so much dye that it was going to probably damage my one kidney that I have left. And I don't know how. My kidney numbers are better than they've ever been. It just blows my mind.
Your cardiac numbers are
cardiac
good.
numbers
Kidney
are
numbers
good.
Are good. The only problem you have
is glucose.
And they believe that he has steroid-induced diabetes.
And I was going to check my blood sugar, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that right this moment. But it's been crazy with that, dealing with that.
But
I am on a wean off the steroid now.
woohoo!
And hopefully when I go back and get this MRI on my brain that everything looks good there and I won't have to
That's in February.
get any more radiation treatments, and we can get off that steroid and be done with that and not have to worry about that anymore. But that is my biggest issue that I'm having right now.
And fatigue. So
And
when he was in the hospital, he wasn't allowed to move or do a whole lot. And after his procedure, you had precautions as well, and you were very fatigued.
Oh yeah.
And I really didn't know if he was going to be able to come home because we have stairs to the bathroom, and stairs to get in the house. And I really did not know what his limitations were going to be.
It was rough the first couple of days home.
So we got some adaptive equipment. I'm an occupational therapist, so I was like, okay, we need this and this and this.
And we're lucky that we have a Lions Club in the area
we could borrow
some equipment
as well if needed.
The only
shower chair.
I used the shower chair, and I did use the walker.
Yeah.
But I did not use the bedside commode. So that
I know
is
he's disappointed about that.
That's still clean. I ought to go over there and use it right now just so she has to clean it up.
And I will, because that's what I do every day with my work. So anyway.
Anyhow.
I
ended up.
It's amazing that we got home.
I came home on Sunday the 15th, so I was only in the hospital for 5 days, and they said I'm a walking miracle. Just unheard of. 5 days with what I had was called a saddle pulmonary embolism, which kind of goes across the lung, top of the lungs and through the heart.
And it was how big?
It was almost 12 inches long. It looked like a big old piece of steak. It was huge. It was very, very, very huge.
And you also had some DVTs in your legs.
Yeah, and I'm on a medicine called Eliquis. So I'm on that, and I'm going to be on that for a while. And they said I could even be on that for
a long time.
A long time.
So But you are walking and talking, and he's able to do the stairs, and
Stairs are a little tough.
you got to pace yourself.
Yep, but I had my friend Sean across the street.
We love you, Sean.
Love you, Sean. Came down and hung a second handrail for me, and that's been coming in handy because now I can use both hands going up the steps. I couldn't use my right hand because they had what was that
They
thing called
accessed.
right there.
Yeah.
But I couldn't use my right arm for a week, and I think today's a week, right?
Yeah, that's why I haven't been lecturing you about doing stuff with that hand.
Okay.
Stop it! Don't touch it!
Don't touch it.
pull.
Oh, she was getting on me too.
So, but
Yeah, she was getting
you are a walking miracle,
Yeah.
and he's recovering and getting his energy back. Yesterday he didn't take any naps. Usually it's
No, I was.
at least 2 naps in the day, and well, even the week before you were going to bed, I'd get home from work at 4:30 and he'd be
I knew
in bed by 5:30.
I knew something was going on the week before because I just didn't feel right, and at 5 o'clock I was so tired. I just had to go upstairs and lay down, and
We thought it was radiation.
I just was thinking it was the radiation, and because they said fatigue was going to come with it, and I was having headaches, but that could be from the blood sugar. It could be from
You're just a complex case, honey.
like my one buddy Ty said, with a head like that, it ought to hurt. But yeah, so that's where we're at now. I got a lot of different stuff coming up, and I got cardiology appointments and
They're going to do an echocardiogram to make sure there truly wasn't any damage.
right, and I got to go back to the radiologist.
That's a video visit.
That's a video.
We're
visit.
doing telehealth.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. I told him we were good with that. And then I don't go back to the regular oncologist until February.
15th.
February 15th. So it's going to come up before we know it because
You get some time to just chill.
I got a couple of weeks to relax and just take it all in and yeah. And
Start your whittling.
yeah.
I've been on him to start
She got me a nice wood carving set for Christmas.
using his artistic abilities.
And I haven't done anything with it yet. I got a lot of other stuff going on. I put my shop up for sale, which I really didn't want to do, but I just thought it was the best thing to do for us right now.
Well, we talked about it and said it was more practical
Yeah.
to sell it because you're not actively doing
Yeah,
welding
I'm
and
not-
you're not actively doing any business stuff.
Right. But the plans is we sell my shop, and I still owe my family some money on that. So
Your mother would say you do not owe them
I know she says I don't
anything.
owe her anything, but I do owe her. It's
You
not
wanna-
much.
You want to.
I want to pay her back. It's not much that I owe, but I want to pay it. So I'm going to pay that off, and then I want to build her and Dad a garage so they have somewhere to park their cars. And when I do that, I hope to put a couple extra bays in so I can put my welder and stuff in there, and if I can go down there and do whatever. But anyhow, when. So that's that, and then.
So you're excited about that? You want to build that garage?
Yeah,
and
I'm excited about
have
it.
that space, and we're thinking
Well,
that you want to be there because then you can see your parents and check on
Well,
them
can help them
and help
'cause-
them. So it's not that
Unfortunately, Dad is not doing.
he's not
the
getting
greatest.
around as much.
He's having some issues himself with his back, and then earlier this week he ended up at the emergency room again with some prostate issues. I'm sure he's going to be happy that I said that, but he's got that he's dealing with. And Mom, I don't know how she's doing it. Take care of all that, but she's doing it. So
But you want to take care of your parents.
I want to be able to take care of my parents
and help them.
and help them out.
And so that's why we decided that it was more practical to get rid of the shop,
Yeah.
sell it, and use that money to put towards, whatever is going to be helpful for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So you got that going on.
That's what we got going on, and
we're working on downsizing.
yeah, we're getting rid of some.
I'm getting rid of crap.
She hasn't gotten rid of anything yet.
I had the yard sale.
When did you have a yard sale?
When did we have a yard sale at Karen's?
Oh, that's right. We did have that yard sale.
And I was giving stuff away.
I actually did a video on it. But anyhow,
Getting rid of crap.
we're getting long-winded here. I wanted to let you guys know again where we're at and how things are going. I'm still alive. I survived another health crisis. I don't know how.
I have 10 more gray hairs.
And
But we are so grateful.
we're grateful.
We are so grateful and
And,
blessed that we have had excellent health care. We continue to have excellent health care. We have so many people that love us, care about us.
Unbelievable the amount of people.
That have reached out. And,
It's just unbelievable
and
the
just
amount
the
of people.
prayers, so many prayers that lifted us up.
Yeah, I wanted to thank some people for dropping some food off for us while we were while I was recouping, and we ate a rotisserie chicken all week and turned it into soup at the end of
Kathy and Donnie,
Kathy
thank
and
you
Donnie.
for coming by.
And then, of course, my sister, she
And
cooked dinner
Karen,
for us for a couple nights, and
and just her being there with us.
just her being here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my buddy Sean, I don't know what I would do without him. He's something. He's just something.
He's a good friend.
He's a very good friend.
And Jen, his wife.
His wife too, yeah. But he's something. I asked him if he could help me do something. He says, "You tell me when and where, and I'll be there." And he is. He's usually early.
But we have so many people that have offered to do things, and they're just a phone call away, and I know that, and that takes the load off of me, and just very, very grateful for that.
So blessed to have the family that we got that supports us, and the friends, and just everybody.
Friends who are family.
Friends that are family. We have
Yeah.
definitely have that going on.
But you're
And,
still here.
I'm still here.
And he still got, I told him, I said, you still got work to do. You still got people to inspire and people to
Still got a lot of projects.
share.
We started working on that old log cabin over at her dad's house.
Still, yeah, we still got to work on that.
We got
Gotta get
all that work to
finished.
do.
And he's got to whittle
Uh,
me something.
I'm gonna make her something.
I'm waiting.
But
So, anywho,
anyhow, just
he's kicking, but not as high.
yeah, not that high. I can barely get my feet in the Jeep nowadays. But I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out with us, and just being there with us as we go through this. I'm hoping, and I say that with hope that we'll get through this too. So that's about all I got to say. We're getting really long-winded here. It's
Yeah,
almost.
he's like, it's going to be a short video.
I said
Like,
15, 20 minutes. It's at 28 minutes now, so we're not that far off. But I got some other video I need to throw in here. Asked Cheryl, and she thought I was nuts, to please get some video of the helicopter, because that's part of my story too, and I just think people need to see that. So she took some video of that, and so I'm going to throw that video in there. It'll be probably on top of us talking as we discuss the helicopter ride and all that. So you probably already seen it. So yeah, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. You got anything else you want to say?
Well, 2023 is coming in with a bang.
Oh, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
But we're still here.
We're still here. So, yeah, thank you all so much for coming along on our journey with us. You know, it started out as me saying it was my journey, but it's all of our journey now. So
It is.
yeah,
We're all in this together.
yeah.
No
So,
one fights alone.
No one fights alone.
He's got a
That's true.
T-shirt that says that.
I own a T-shirt too. So, all right, everybody. So, thanks again for coming along with us, and I appreciate you so much. And we'll try not to be so long next time, and maybe not be so.
We'll have something more fun next time.
Hopefully, we'll do something fun next time. Maybe I'll be able to show you me doing some whittling or something. So
Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah. So.
Okay.
All right, everybody. So until next time on my stage 4 journey, we'll see you then. So
Thank
we'll
you.
talk to you later. Bye.